You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear you.
Coach, gotcha.
Good. I'm gonna turn you guys up a little bit so I can hear you. Sorry, we just getting off the field and radio's going loud in the locker room. Okay, is that better?
We
Yes,
got
sir,
you
you're
good
good.
now.
Be good.
Awesome. Fire away,
Uh,
fellas.
You can go, Glenn.
Coach, just you guys got 8 practices in. Just talk about your guys up front and how they're doing. Maybe some of the battles in the competition that's come to the forefront during these 8 days.
Good. Well, every day is a work in progress. We're getting better. The biggest thing when I got in here, I watched every game from last year, and the thing we had to improve on was eye discipline, and then just knowing our assignments and doing our jobs. You can see we got a lot of talent across the board. We're a deep group. Got a lot of guys that have a lot of playing experience. Biggest thing is obviously getting them to buy into what they're doing, which we are. We're getting it every day. Playing hard, playing physical, having our eyes on our keys. There's a whole bunch of battles across the board. Really, nobody's got a spot. You think about it. I would say that the keynote ones right now probably would be Eric Kitchen and Dominic Kiwan. They're battling out for that starting position on that one side. At the nose guard position right now, Taj Sykes is doing a really good job. But there's a battle brewing, obviously, between him and Austin Todd, and even Josh Ratcliffe, who's kind of bouncing back and forth. He's like our swing man. And then obviously getting Jacques Turner back is a big deal, but there's nothing guaranteed because guess what? He didn't play last year. Andrew Cole did, and Andrew Cole's making some steps and putting some pressure on him, So, and then we got Freddie Hart's back today. It was his first day of practice, so it's good. And then we got some young guys. Marvin Ross is getting some reps there, and Wesley Thomas. They're learning, and they'll be good players down the road. It's just obviously not their time right now, but the big thing is as a group, we're making steps forward. We're trying to get better every day. The big thing we're trying to concentrate on now is getting one thing better than what we did yesterday.
Coach, Jacques Turner, where's he fitting in right now? What position?
So we're playing him at what we call our end position, which is a combination of different things. He can line up as a 5 technique. He can be a 4-eye. He can be a 3 technique. He can be a 2-eye. It's a kind of multi-position that has the flexibility of playing a lot of different places. One, because now we can get him matched up against other teams, probably worst offensive linemen. We don't have to predicate him in one spot. 2, that's good for his future. I know that he feels like he's an NFL prospect, and so the best thing he can do is show us he can play from everywhere, from a 5 technique all the way down basically to a 2-eye. That gives those guys a chance to see him in different aspects on the defensive line.
Coach, what is now that you've been with them a couple of weeks practice, what would you say is the main strength of your defensive line so far?
The main strength, I would say right now, we're a pretty physical bunch, and I'd say there's 2 things: physicality and athleticism. Okay, we're extremely athletic for big guys. We got a lot of guys with a lot of twitch. We give people problems with movement and stunts. We give people problems with the way we play up front with our hands. The big thing I would say for our physicality is that we got some guys that are hammers, and we got some guys we're trying to get to become hammers. And sometimes the only way you get the guys to become hammers, guess what? You put a nail in front of them and make them become it. And so that's kind of where we're at right now, where we're building that culture to where we want to be the most physical defensive line that our offensive line sees all year. That's saying a lot, considering we're going to go to a couple of big name schools and play some pretty good teams up front, but we want to be the best that they see. So we preach and pride that every day just to make not only ourselves better, but to make our offensive line better and challenge them.
Coach, you said you watched all the games last year, and it seemed like the defense got better towards the end of the season. What was one of the things you saw that you wanted to take with you with this year that you saw them do well at the end of the year that'll help you coaching them?
The big thing I saw is that they played like they were having fun, okay? Especially towards the end of the season. I was here actually for the last home game and saw them play, and it looked like they enjoyed playing the game, even under duress circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is we try to go out there every day, and you'll see us out there. I'll be out. If you ever come out to practice, it'll be, hey, have fun, celebrate, enjoy the game. Why? Because that makes you play better, but also it helps the guy next to you play better. There's nothing better than seeing your teammate, your friend make a play, because guess what? It gets you excited. So the thing that I saw from last year that I can take from now is that they enjoy the game, they don't mind working, and we're, like I said, I go back to the athleticism. We're an extremely athletic group for a bunch of big guys. Now we got to get that athleticism keyed in on the right direction, where their eyes need to be, where their feet need to be. And if we can get all those things honed in, we'll be pretty good up front.
Coach Lacy, do y'all feel pretty good about the depth you got? I mean, do y'all feel good with your numbers that y'all currently have?
I do. I feel like right now, everybody in our room could play in a game. Okay. Am I ready for them to play in the game right now? No. But do I feel like we have the talent in that room that everybody we can go win and compete and everybody can play? I do. I like to look at my room. I don't ever want a cookie cutter room. I want a toolbox. So I explained this actually to a recruit the other night was you go in your toolbox, you don't just have one Phillips screwdriver. You got what? You got 3 or 4 ones and they're different lengths. They're different sizes. They fit different ways. That's kind of how our room is there's some guys, like I said, that are hammers. There's some guys that are great finesse guys. There's some guys that are combo guys. And the thing is that the more guys we can get to play, the more ownership that the group buys into. So right now, the best thing we have is the group is coaching the group. A guy messes up and I hear guys correcting them in the background. Hey man, no, you got to step with this foot and shoot with this hand. If you see it like this is how we got to do it. That's when you know you're getting to the guys because they're starting to coach each other. Doesn't mean we're not making mistakes. Doesn't mean that I'm still not going to get in people's tails and I'm still not going to get them in the film room. But when you got guys coaching the other players up on the side, that means you're making progress.
Coach, how do you feel like the group has gone from going last season to a 3-man front to doing a 4-man front? And the way it was recruited, how do you feel the guys are adapting to that?
I feel like they're adapting to it pretty well because we're kind of giving them assigned roles in it. It's a lot easier when you know you're only going to be in these certain positions. So what we've kind of done is we've done kind of what you were talking about, being a 3-man, 4-man front. Okay, you're only going to have these looks. So let's only give you these looks and put you in these situations so that way you can master those situations and those looks. So I think they've done a really good job in the transition. Now, we got a lot of defense in, and we're putting a lot of pressure on them, especially when you talk about the beginning of this spring with COVID, with the winter storm. We lost almost about 2.5 weeks of stuff of being able to go out there and get training done. So the great thing is that when we started spring ball, that was the first time that they really got to go out there and do some of the stuff. So it's about this time right now. It's the 3rd weekend, and they're starting to pick things up a little bit more. That's a good thing. And hopefully by the end of this thing, we feel a lot more comfortable. They feel a lot more comfortable.
Coach, can you share the maybe the status of Montre Edwards? I know y'all were looking forward to having him in the spring.
So I'm gonna defer that to Coach Hall because he deals with all personnel situations and stuff like that. And I'll say this: that Montre is a great young man. That we recruited him. We feel like he's a guy that can help us. Like I said, in terms of his status and situation, I'm gonna defer to Coach Hall on that because that's something that he handles all personnel decisions and everything that happens behind the scenes on that.
Coach Lacy, where's your recruiting area for Southern Miss?
So my recruiting area basically does the southeast portion of Mississippi, right before you go into Louisiana, kind of right there on where that I'll say Slidell area is, and then I will have all of southeastern Louisiana. When I say that, meaning by going down basically I-12 and I-10 into New Orleans, and then I got St. Tammany and Tangipahoa Parish. And that's and then obviously I got the New Orleans area, and I've made a lot of bank. I've been able to pull out a lot of good recruits out of there, either at Southeastern Louisiana or at Richmond. In fact, when I was at Richmond, we actually signed 6 guys from the New Orleans, Baton Rouge area, and we got 2 kids to walk on. And that's coming all the way up there in Virginia. And to me, they were steals. We signed a 3-star offensive lineman and a 2-star quarterback from up there. They'll probably be really good players for us that are FBS guys that are playing FCS football. And that's my speech to any recruit that I'm recruiting, is that we don't recruit group of 5 players that come to Southern Miss. We recruit Power 5 players that want to play group of 5 and be a 3-time, 4-time All-American and change a program. That's what it takes. It takes those type of guys. And if we can go get those players to buy into what we're selling and the system we're selling, I know this as a defense coach, I don't worry about offense because Coach Hall's put up points everywhere he's gone. So if it's offensive guy, it's an easy sell. If it's a defensive guy, guess what? Just flip on the film. or flip on the TV, and what do you see? Top 2 defenses usually every year. What? Alabama and Georgia. We run the same defense, and I'm coaching with guys that have been in their system, and myself has been in the system for 10 to 12 years. So guess what? If you want to play in that system and have a chance to go to the NFL, why not come here and make a difference?